Kapalabhati Pranayama, frontal brain cleansing breath. Begin this pose in a comfortable sitting position. Have the backs of your hands resting lightly on your thighs. Your fingers and thumbs are connected in a circle, creating Shin Mudra. Ensure your back is straight, shoulders are relaxed and rolled back. Chin is parallel to the floor. Kapalabhati is a pumping exercise in which the abdomen muscles are forcefully contracted on the exhalation and followed by a relaxing of the abdomen muscles to produce a passive inhalation. The breathing is done only through the nose, and the instructions are in the sound of 1 on the exhalation and 2 on the inhalation. So now, in preparation of the first round, we take 2 deep breaths. So inhale deeply and exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply, ready for the first round of pumpings, and begin. Handu, 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 and exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale a comfortable breath, 3/4 of the lung capacity, and retain the breath comfortably. Now exhale completely. And inhale. Exhale. Continue to focus on the breath, becoming aware of the effects this practice has on the body and mind. Bring your left hand into Chin Mudra. The right hand is in Vishnu Mudra. Take a couple of deep breaths first, so you're inhaling deeply and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Close the right nostril off with the thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Retain the breath for 24. Just mentally count the numbers and focus here on the Ajna chakra, the point above and between the eyebrows. Exhale through the right. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8, Om 9, Om 10, Om 11, Om 12. Inhale right. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Retain the breath. Exhale left. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8, Om 9, Om 10, Om 11, Om 12. Inhale left. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Retain the breath for 24. Exhale right. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8, Om 9, Om 10, Om 11, Om 12. Inhale right. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Retain the breath. Make each exhalation as long and steady as possible, keeping the focus on the exhalation as you now exhale left. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7, Om 8, Om 9, Om 10, Om 11, Om 12. Inhale left. Retain. Exhale right. Inhale right. Retain. This is your last retention. Keep the body still and the mind quiet. Exhale left. Gently lower the hand. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Continue to focus on the breath, becoming aware of the effects this practice has on the body and mind. Uttanashishoasana, extended puppy pose. Begin by sitting in Vajrasana. Exhaling, lift your buttocks away from your heels, reaching your hands to the front of the mat. Rest your forehead on the floor with your thighs vertical, hips in line with your knees, buttocks high. Spread from your big toe mounds out to the little toe sides of your feet. Press your shin bones down and draw your outer calves firmly onto your outside shins. Extend up through the backs of your thighs so that your sitting bones are high. Endeavor to move your chest as close to the floor as possible whilst maintaining the extension along the arms. Open your palms and keep your fingers stretched wide, feeling that the contact with the floor is even through both hands. Here, awareness as to how to lift the sitting bones is gained without strain to the hamstrings. There is a deep stretch in the side chest, shoulders, and upper arms. With the forehead resting on the ground, this movement is rejuvenating for the brain. It is a very beneficial alternative to downward dog for both beginners and the experienced alike. On your next inhalation, slowly lift your torso and head to walk your hands in towards your knees. Moving mindfully back now to sit in Vajrasana with your coccyx and the crown of your head in line. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Start by kneeling on your knees in Vajrasana. Place your hands mindfully onto your mat with your fingers evenly spread. Tuck your toes underneath, lift your sitting bones and allow them to pull you up and back into downward facing dog. Once you are in downward facing dog, establish a long, smooth and even breath, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Now focus your mind on the following points. Draw a clear line of energy from the middle of your armpits, down your arms, and into your palms. Press your thumb and index finger joints firmly into your mat, spreading and energizing your fingers evenly. Now lengthen the sides of your neck, moving the crown of your head down toward the floor. Move your scapula away from your ears and press your deltoids into your scapula. Turn your ischium bones upward and spread your buttocks sideways away from one another. Move your pelvis into a dog tilt position and press the top of your thighs firmly onto your femur bones, creating length and spaciousness in the spine. Check that your feet are straight, your toes are spread evenly, and your heels are descending down toward the floor. Breathe here, feeling the whole body being stretched and open. Notice your prana or life force flowing through your body. Notice any points of resistance, breathing into them deeply. In downward facing dog, the head is lower than the heart. This allows the brain to be bathed in blood, calming the brain and gently stimulating the nerves. It checks heavy menstrual flow and helps to prevent hot flushes during menopause. On a purely physical level, downward facing dog stretches the entire back body, especially the arms, shoulders, hips, hamstrings, calves, and Achilles tendons. Exhale. Come down onto your hands and knees and quietly bring yourself to kneeling in Vajrasana. Connect to your breath and come in to this present moment. Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutations with Mantra. Stand at the front of your mat with your shoulders relaxed. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply, ready to begin. Inhale. Exhale, prayer position. Inhale, stretch up and arch back. Exhale, forward and down, head to knees. Inhale the right leg back, knee down and look up. Retain the breath. Bring the left leg back, the body flat. Exhale, drop the knees, chest and forehead. Inhale, sliding forward, head up, chest up. Exhale, curl the toes underneath. Hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot forward between the hands. Exhale the left foot forward, head to knees. Inhale, stretch forward, up and back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, prayer position. Inhale, stretch up and arch back. Exhale, forward and down, head to the knees. Inhale the left leg back, knee down and look up. Retain the breath, then bring the right leg back, body flat. Exhale, drop the knees, chest and forehead. Inhale, sliding forward, head up, chest up. Exhale, tuck the toes underneath, hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot forward between the hands, the right knee down. Exhale the right foot forward, head to the knees. Inhale, stretch forward, up and back. Exhale, release. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suraya Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Maridhyaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Akaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suraya Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Maridhyaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Akaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suraya Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Maridhyaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Makaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suraya Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Maridhyaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Makaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Rudrasana 1. Warrior 1, with the wall and blocks. For this pose, you will need a wall and 2 blocks. Begin by standing strong and steady in Tadasana, facing the wall. Have the block on your right side close to the wall and the block on your left towards the back of your mat. Pick up the block that is on your right side. Step your right leg forward towards the wall and your left leg back away from the wall. Place the block so the one short end is on the wall and the other short end is under your right kneecap. Your right leg will now be at a 90-degree angle and supported by the block. Now take the other block on the left side of your mat and place it at the bottom of your left thigh, just above your knee. This block will help support the back leg, allowing you to deepen into the pose with greater ease. Good, now bring your fingertips onto the wall at shoulder height and gaze straight ahead. Allow your left heel to extend backwards. Move your left outer shin bone inwards. Roll your left inner thigh up toward the ceiling. Check, are both your frontal hip bones parallel to the wall? If not, what do you need to do to make this happen? Is your tailbone pointing directly towards the floor? What adjustments do you need to make today to make this happen? Move your pubic bone towards your navel to help create length in your lower back. Allow all 4 corners of your right foot to descend downwards into the floor. If you feel stable, inhale your arms skywards for the last few moments in the pose. Be here now in the full extension of Warrior 1. To come out of the pose, exhale your hands onto your hips. Remove the block under your right knee and place it beside your mat. Bring your hands back onto the wall and use it to support you as you step your feet back together. Change over your block so the left hand block is closer to the wall and your right hand block is towards the back of your mat. Stand on your mat again in Tadasana, facing the wall, connecting to your breath. Now step your left leg forward and your right leg back and place the short end of the block under your left knee this time. Take the block on your right side now and place it at the bottom of your right thigh just above your knee. When you feel that the blocks are in a comfortable and supportive place, bring your hands onto the wall at shoulder height and gaze straight ahead. Connect to your breath, breathing into the stillness of all that there is. Check the alignment of your hips and your tailbone. Using the blocks for support in the pose allows one to feel the full depth and opening of the pose without strain. It also allows the practitioner time to explore the body deeply in this shape, allowing space for connection to the being of the pose. This pose is named after Virabhadra, the great warrior sage. It invokes inner strength, calmness, and clarity. If you feel steady, inhale your arms skyward, allowing your body to fill the shape that you are in. To come out, exhale your hands onto your hips. Remove the block under your left knee and place it beside your mat. Bring your hands back onto the wall and use it to support you as you step your feet back together. Stand in Tadasana facing the wall, connecting your feet to the earth and the crown of your head to the sky. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended lateral angle pose. Begin by standing in Tadasana. Cross your arms in front of your chest, bend your knees and step your feet 4 feet apart. Bring your arms to shoulder height, palms facing the floor. Exhale, turn your right foot out to 90 degrees and your left foot in slightly. Inhale, exhale and bend your right knee until your thigh and calf form a right angle and rest your right elbow onto your knee. Bring your left hand onto your coccyx. Inhale your left arm alongside your left ear. Turn your head and look up. Bring your awareness to your breath, keeping your face, throat, and eyes soft. Become conscious now of the following points. Bring your weight into the middle of your right heel and press it into the floor. Roll your right ischium bone underneath until it is in line with the middle of the right knee. Press downward into the right elbow and lift upward out of the shoulder while turning both sides of your chest so that they are facing your front. Slide the inside blades of your scapula down towards your sacrum and press the bottom points down into the back of your rib cage. Press your left foot into the floor, lift your kneecap, and feel a single continuous stretch from your left ankle to your left wrist. To come out of the pose, inhale your left arm down. Bring your body back to upright and straighten your right leg. Exhale and turn your left foot out to 90 degrees and your right foot in slightly. Inhale, exhale, and bend your left knee until your thigh and calf form a right angle. Bring your left elbow onto your left knee and bring your right hand onto your coccyx. Inhale your right arm alongside your right ear with the palm facing down and turn your head to look upwards. Again, bring your awareness to your breath, taking long, smooth, and even breaths. Become conscious of the following points. Bring your weight into the middle of your left heel and press it into the floor. Roll your left ischium bone underneath you until it is in line with the middle of the left knee. Press your right foot into the floor. Lift your kneecap and feel a single continuous stretch from your right ankle to your right wrist. This pose opens the chest and enhances lung capacity. It increases strength and flexibility of the thighs, legs, hips, and back. It is an excellent pose for aiding digestion and elimination. It warms the body, preparing it for the more challenging poses. To come out of the pose, inhale your right arm down and bring your body back to upright. Straighten your left leg, turn your feet back to parallel, cross your arms in front of you, exhale, and step back to Tadasana with your arms at your sides. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose, hand on shin. Begin by standing in Tadasana. Cross your arms in front of you, bend your knees and step your feet 4 feet apart. Have your feet in a line and all your toes pointing directly ahead of you with your arms at shoulder height. Inhale and turn the right foot out to 90 degrees and your left foot in slightly. Exhale, reach strongly out through your right fingertips as you move your hips to the left. Inhale. Exhale and lower your right hand onto your shin bone. Raise your left arm up toward the ceiling so that it is in line with your right arm. Turn your head to look up and fix your gaze on your left hand. Imagine you are between 2 sheets of glass and that you can neither lean forward nor back. Press your right inner heel into the floor. Roll your right outer calf muscle around until your right knee is in line with the center of your right foot. Bring your right ischium bone in line with the center of your right foot. To come out of the pose, stretch through your top arm and bring your upper body to vertical with your arms shoulder height. Inhale and turn your left foot out to 90 degrees and your right foot in slightly. Exhale and reach strongly out through your left fingertips as you move your hips to the right. Inhale, exhale, and lower your left hand onto your shin bone. Raise your left arm up and toward the ceiling, and turn your head to look up. Fix your gaze on your right hand. This time press your left inner heel into the floor. Roll your left outer calf muscle around until your left knee is in line with the center of your left foot, and bring your left ischium bone in line with the center of your left foot. To come out of the pose, stretch through your top arm and bring your upper body to vertical with your arms shoulder height. Bring your feet back to parallel. Bend your knees, cross your arms in front, and step your feet back together to come to stand in Tadasana with your arms at your sides. Ardha Uttanasana. Half standing forward bend with hands on the wall. Begin by standing in Tadasana, facing the wall. Press all 4 corners of your feet into the mat. Now place your hands mindfully on the wall at hip height with the fingers spread. Step back with your feet hip-width apart and lower your torso until you come into a flat back position, keeping your ears in line with your upper arms. Press the big toe mound, little toe mound, inner heel and outer heel down into the floor. Move the outer calf muscles back and press the top of the shin bone down into the heel to open up the backs of the knees. Move both sides of your pubic bone back. Move your inner thighs back and your outer thighs back. These actions will press the top of the front thigh onto the thigh bone and lengthen the lower back. Press your index finger and thumb mount firmly into the wall. Move the inside blade of your scapula down your spine towards your ischium bones. Press the bottom tip of your scapula into the back rib cage and lift the lower sternum into the diaphragm so that the front and back of the body are even of length. Move the inside blade of your scapula down your spine towards your ischium bones. Press the bottom tip of your scapula into the back rib cage and lift the lower sternum into the diaphragm so that the front and back body are of even length. Take long, smooth, and even breaths here. This pose increases flexibility in the front chest and armpit area and builds strength in the back chest and shoulders. This helps to relieve tension in the shoulders built up from stress and helps to increase lung capacity. As the body is coming forward over the legs, the hamstring muscles are being lengthened while the quadriceps are being strengthened. To come out of the pose, bend your knees, step your feet towards the wall, and bring your body to upright. Bring your hands by your sides and stand here in Tadasana, breathing naturally. Adho Mukha Vrksasana. Handstand against the wall with alternate kick-ups. Start by kneeling on your knees in Vajrasana facing the wall. Inhale and come forward onto your hands and knees. Place your hands mindfully onto your mat 3 inches away from the wall with your fingers evenly spread. Tuck your toes underneath, lift your sitting bones, and allow them to pull you up and back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet in until your shoulders are over your hands and your ischium bones are lifted directly up toward the sky. Pause here for a moment, breathing naturally. Spread your fingers evenly, making a straight line from your inner armpits to your thumb and index finger. Lift your ischium bones and energize your legs. Lift your right leg, bend your left leg, and kick up so that your heels come onto the wall. Keep the back of your neck long, gazing straight ahead. To come down, lower the right leg down, followed by the left until your feet are on the floor. Again, walk your feet in until your shoulders are over your hands and your ischium bones are lifted directly up toward the sky. Lift your left leg, bend your right leg, and kick up so that your heels come onto the wall. Keep the back of your neck long, gazing straight ahead, keeping your throat, face, and eyes soft. Exhale, lower the left leg down, followed by the right until your feet are on the floor. Repeat 3 more times on each leg. Kick up on the exhalation, pause, and stretch up on your inhalation. Come down on your exhalation. Inhale, prepare again. Allow the breath to initiate the movement. If you are getting out of breath, pause for longer once you are down. This variation of handstand raises the heart rate, increasing lung capacity and cardiovascular fitness. After you come down from your last handstand, stay with your head down, coming to rest in Uttanasana with your fingertips on the floor. Breathe here, allowing the upper body to soften. Bend the knees and roll up through the spine and come back to standing in Tadasana. Adho Mukha Vrksasana. Handstand with fingers facing in towards one another. Have the narrow end of your mat against a wall and sit in Vajrasana. From Vajrasana, lean forward and place your hands on the floor close to the wall, with your fingers facing in. Tuck your toes towards your knees and check that your wrists are in line with your armpits. Press firmly down through your hands and with your arms straight, lift your legs and hips high. Walk one foot in a little, lift the other leg and kick up into handstand. Once you are up, bring your awareness back to the base of this movement. Press strongly through your hands and keep your arms absolutely straight. Have your neck long and soft, front body to back body. Now reach your heels high, grow a little. On your next exhalation, come down, bend your knees, buttocks to heels, and rest your arms alongside your trunk with your palms facing up for a few moments. Inhale and quietly sit in Vajrasana. From Vajrasana, lift your buttocks and reach your hands to the floor towards the front of the mat. Place your forearms on the floor and interlace your fingers, elbows in line with your armpits. Tucking your toes towards your knees, straighten one leg and then the other. The distance between your feet and elbows needs to be such that your buttocks are not elevated higher than your head. Keep your breath flowing smoothly whilst observing the following. Press your outer wrists and inner forearms firmly down, simultaneously rolling your elbows in. Releasing, bend your knees and move quietly to sit in Vajrasana. In this movement, the arms, shoulders, abdomen, and legs are strengthened. It is an effective preparation for headstand due to the intelligence that is gained through the arms. Begin this pose by kneeling in Vajrasana. From kneeling, take the end of your mat and fold it over so that you have enough padding for your head and a flat surface for your arms. Place your elbows onto your mat and clasp the inside of your elbows with your opposite hands. Let go of your hands and interlace your fingers so that your hands form a cup. The fingers are interlaced right to their base, but not locked, and the thumb pads are touching. Allow your ulnar wrist bones to descend down as you place the top of your head on the floor so that the back of the head touches your cupped palms. Now straighten your legs, walk your feet in, and quietly lift both legs up to vertical. Have your toes pointing towards the ceiling and your inner thighs, inner knees, and big toe mounds touching. Breathe here, allowing the body, mind, and breath to reorientate to being upside down. Press both wrist bones evenly and clearly into the mat, but not so intensely that the top of the head begins to lift up as opposed to softening down. The hands, wrists, lower arms, and elbows are only there to help maintain the balance. Elongate the armpits, stretching the biceps and deltoids upwards. This action will move the upper arms until they are almost vertical. Lifting the upper arms may tend to throw your weight into the front body. To avoid this, and to keep the bones stacking, move the armpits and the upper ribs forward while simultaneously moving the lower ribs and lumbar spine backwards. Move your lower abdominals in towards your spine by moving your pubic bone towards your navel. At the same time, lengthen your sacrum up towards your heels by moving the back face of your sacrum to the front face of your sacrum. To help find lift out of the pelvis and lightness in the legs, move the trochanter bones in towards one another and constrict the adductors onto the inner thigh bones. The trochanter bones are a bony protrusion on the very top outer thigh bones. The adductors are a group of muscles that move the legs in towards the midline. Have your legs straight with your outer thighs moving forward and your inner thighs moving backwards. Move your outer shin bones diagonally towards your big toe mounds and lift your kneecaps towards your pelvis to open and stretch the backs of the knees. Have your big toe mounds touching. Broaden the soles of the feet by stretching your big toe mounds and little toe mounds away from one another and moving your heel bones away from the balls of your feet. Have the balls of the feet stretching up towards the sky to help encourage the lift in the rest of the body. Keep your face, eyes, and throat soft. Ensure that the texture of the breath is long, smooth, and even. Remember that the breath is the gateway to the spirit. If the breath is smooth, then the body can find stillness and the mind can find quietness, allowing the witness of self to arise. It is when these aspects of self integrate and ultimately fall away that we experience our bliss body, the radiant core where oneness is experienced and unconditional love is felt. Headstand is one of the most important yogic asanas, and along with shoulder stand it should be practiced every day. It flushes the brain cells with a rejuvenating supply of blood, helping to increase mental clarity and concentration span. When practiced in conjunction with shoulder stand and seated forward bend, it alleviates insomnia. Flushing the brain with blood also improves the functioning of the hypothalamus and pituitary glands. The hormones that the pituitary gland secretes helps to control the following bodily processes: growth, blood pressure, some aspects of pregnancy and childbirth, breast milk production, sex organ function, thyroid gland function, metabolism, water and osmolarity regulation in the body, the absorption of water into the kidneys, and temperature regulation. The hypothalamus controls the pituitary, telling it when to and how much hormone to release. As this is a type of inversion, all the organs of the body are upside down. This relieves the pressure on the organs that sit in the lower abdomen, particularly the bowel, small intestines, reproductive and excretory organs, giving them space and creating a flushing effect. This flushing effect helps to improve function and flush out built-up toxins. On a purely physical level, Sirsasana strengthens the arms, legs, and spine and tones the abdominals. On your next exhalation, slowly bring both legs together down until the balls of your feet come to rest on the floor. Bend your knees and bring your forehead onto the floor to rest in child's pose for a few breaths. Now roll up through your spine, coming to sit on your heels in Vajrasana, noticing the effects of the pose on your mind, body, and emotions. Begin by sitting in Vajrasana. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lean forward to place your hands on the floor in front of your knees. Make a gentle fist with each hand, one on top of the other, so that you can rest your forehead comfortably on your top hand. Create a stable base by spreading your big toe balls out to your little toe balls. Draw your outer ankles and your outer calf muscles in so that your shin bones can be firm against the floor. Keep your chest forward and your shoulders away from your ears to enable your neck to lengthen. Release the skin from the top of your forehead towards your eyebrows. This subtle action will soothe your brain, enabling you to tune in to your breath. Quietly lift your head, change over your hand position, and be here now for a few more cycles of long, smooth inhalations and long, smooth exhalations. With the head supported in this manner, tension through the neck and out across the shoulders will be relieved. Here, where the heart rests below the spine, the heart rate is slowed, so both body and mind are rested. Therefore, this is an ideal position to take after coming down from headstand or as a rest in between other challenging movements. It is particularly useful for beginners or for those who tire easily. To come up, inhale. Carefully lift your head as you release your hands and move slowly back to sit in Vajrasana. Extend from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head, placing your hands again on. Come to sitting at the front of your support in Varasana. Do your strap up so that it is around the widest part of your calves and tighten it so that it is firm. Place your hands on the soles of your feet and slowly lie back until you are lying on your bolster. Strongly roll your top buttocks flesh towards the backs of your knees, lengthening your sacrum and coccyx. Move your pubic bone up towards your navel. Exhale your arms out to the side of your body, about 4 feet away, with your palms facing upwards. Connect to your breath. Once here in the full pose, realign yourself. Press your inner ankles into your outer buttocks. Press your knees in toward one another and down to the floor. Keep lengthening the top buttocks flesh towards the back of your knees and your pubic bone up towards your lower sternum. Lift your inner thighs to your inner groins while simultaneously rolling them down to the floor. Press the inside blades of both scapula into the back of your rib cage while softening your lower sternum and front lower ribs down into the body. This pose is a wonderful stretch for the quadriceps, groins, and psoas. It increases elasticity in the lung tissue and is an excellent preparation for back-bending poses. It helps to stretch the digestive organs, relieving indigestion and flatulence, as well as toning the reproductive organs. Inhale the breath up your back spine to your C7 joint for 4 counts. Exhale your breath down your front spine to your sacrum for 4 counts. Inhale the breath up your back spine to your C7 joint Exhale your breath down your front spine to your sacrum. Continue this breath practice throughout the pose, following the breath with great intimacy. To come out of the pose, bring your hands onto your feet. Move your chin into your chest and press yourself up to sitting. Undo your strap, straighten your legs one by one, and come to sitting in Dandasana. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Begin by lying on your stomach on your mat. Have your arms by your sides and your forehead on the floor. When you are ready, quietly bend your left knee and take hold of your left ankle with your left hand. Bend your right knee and take hold of your right ankle with your right hand. Exhale and pull the legs up by raising the knees off the floor. Simultaneously lift the chest off the floor by pressing the shin bones back toward the wall behind you. Rise up higher by lifting the feet as high to the sky as possible, lifting the chest and bringing the body into a bow shape. Neither the pelvic bones nor the ribs should rest on the floor. Instead, bring the body to rest on the abdomen. Have your knees hip-width apart with your inner thighs lifting up towards your groins. Lift and widen your pelvic floor and ensure that both sides are engaged evenly. Keep lifting your feet up to the sky, your arms straight and your breath flowing. In this pose, the skull and sacrum move towards one another because the muscles of the spine are contracting. This action builds strength in the spine muscles while creating flexibility in the front of the shoulders, chest, and fronts of the thighs. As the spine is flexing, the abdominal organs are able to find more space, while the kidneys and adrenals are squeezed and flushed. Now, with an exhalation, release your ankles, bringing your legs, feet, and chest back to the floor. Rest your cheek on the mat, relaxing here. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose. Begin by lying on your back in Shavasana. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat on the floor close to your buttocks. Have your feet parallel to one another with your toes pointing straight ahead and your heels hip-width apart. Bend your elbows and place your palms on the mat by your ears with your fingertips spread and pointing towards your shoulders. Move your elbows in toward one another so that they are pointing up to the ceiling and the space in between your shoulder blades is broad. On an exhalation, peel your pelvis and lower back off the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, lift your chest and place the crown of your head onto the floor. Exhale, press into your feet and lift your body up until your elbows are straight. Listen into your breath here, and if it is smooth and even, lift further into the pose by pressing into your heels and straightening your legs. Press the head of your shin bones down into your heels. Lift the backs of your thighs up to your lower buttocks crease and move the front of your thighs to your knees. Lengthen the back face of your sacrum to your knees and ascend both sides of your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. Broaden the spines of your scapula away from one another and press the lower tips of your scapulas into the back of your rib cage. To come down, bring the crown of your head onto the floor. Lower your upper back, lower back, and buttocks onto the floor. Bring your arms by your sides, straighten your legs one by one, and come to lying on your back in Shavasana. Jatara Parivartanasana, revolved belly pose with legs bent. Begin this pose sitting in Vajrasana. Now come to sitting on your buttocks with your knees bent and slowly roll down through your spine to a flat back, vertebra by vertebra. Bring your arms out to the side, palms facing upwards, and bend your knees to bring your shins up to vertical. Stretch your fingertips away from one another, lengthen the back of your neck, and soften your eyes, throat, and face. Keeping your knees and inner ankles together, exhale your legs over to your right. Keep your left shoulder on the floor and look to your left hand. If you are tight in your lower back and your knees are considerably off the floor, take a block or a folded blanket and place it under your knees. Again, check that your knees and ankles are stacked. The tendency is for the top knee to slide back. Keep pressing it forward so that it is directly above your lower knee. Ensure your feet are stacked with your inner heels pressing away from you, bringing your feet into a clear Tadasana position. Take long, smooth, and even breaths here, releasing the spine through the stretch. On an inhalation, inhale your knees and head back to center. Pause here, stretch your fingertips away from one another, lengthen the back of your neck, and soften your eyes, throat, and face. Keeping your knees and ankles together, exhale your legs over to your left. Keep your left shoulder on the floor and look to your right hand. Check that your knees and ankles are stacked. The tendency is for the top knee to slide back. Keep pressing it forward so it is directly above your lower knee. Ensure your feet are stacked and your inner heels are pressing away from you, bringing your feet into a clear Tadasana position. This simple knee twist is restful and excellent for releasing tension throughout the whole body. This pose stimulates your spinal nerves and eases lower back pain. It stretches your waist, hips, shoulder, and neck muscles. Twisting postures purify the body by stimulating the digestive system and flushing toxins from the body. This helps to remove any feelings of sluggishness. On an inhalation, inhale your knees and head back to center. Exhale, lower your legs and come to resting in Shavasana for a few breaths. Salamba Shavangasana, shoulder stand. For this pose, you'll need 2 to 3 folded blankets. See the blanket folding segment if you are unsure. You'll also need a mat and a strap. If you are tight in the shoulders or have neck issues, use at least 3 blankets. Take your blankets and stack them one on top of the other at the top end of your mat, with the folded edge facing away from you. Make sure that they are nice and flat. Take the bottom end of your mat and fold it over so that it comes to rest about 3 inches below the folded end of the blankets. This will give a nice flat surface for the shoulders, enabling you to see the imbalances of the body clearly. Ensure that the edge is straight. Take your strap and hold it up to your shoulders. You want the strap loop to be your own shoulder width. If it is too tight, it will cut off your circulation. If it is too loose, it won't give you any support. Place the strap on your arms, just above your elbows behind your back. Now lie down with your neck, shoulders, and back on the blankets. Rest the back of your head on the floor. Turn your upper arms out and stretch the inner sides of your arms from your armpit down to your little fingers. Exhale, raise your hips and buttocks off the floor to bring your legs over your head. Bend your arms and place your hands on your hips. Raise your legs towards the ceiling. Slide your hands further up your spine. Turn your fingers to point inwards, catching the sides of your index fingers on the back, and scoop the skin towards your buttocks. Your hands will now be flat on your back with your thumbs pointing to the front of your body and your fingertips towards your buttocks. Your body is in a straight line. Only the back of your head, shoulders, and upper arms are resting on the floor. Extend your elbows away from your shoulders and press both elbows evenly in for support. Roll your biceps up toward the ceiling. Stretch the skin on your outer arms towards your elbows and lift the skin on your inner arms up into your armpits. Lift your entire ribcage out of your shoulder joints. Roll the top of your buttocks flesh up towards your heels. Lift your pelvis away from your lower ribcage, extending and lifting the spine further upwards. Stretch your inner and outer legs and feet towards the ceiling to create a sense of lightness in the pose. Release the palms and again scoop the flesh on your back upwards, stretching your body from your armpits to your toes. Stabilize here, taking long, smooth, and even breaths. Keep your gaze towards your heart center. Have your eyes, throat, and face soft. This pose is one of the most important yoga poses, and unless menstruating, it should be practiced daily. It relieves insomnia and soothes the nervous system while improving the functioning of the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. It helps to relieve asthmatic symptoms, bronchitis, and palpitations. It helps to open the chest area and increases lung capacity. To come out of the pose, slowly bring your legs over your head onto the floor to come into Halasana. If you are tight in the hamstrings, you can have a chair, bolster, or block to bring your feet down onto. Re-establish your hands, again scooping the flesh on your back towards your buttocks. Have your legs straight, lifting the back of your outer knees up toward the ceiling to increase the space between your navel and your diaphragm. Soften your brain cells and drop your eyes down into their sockets. Lift your sternum and chest to soften the front of your throat. If your throat is hard, your brain will be hard too. Straighten your arms Take your strap off one arm at a time and interlace your fingers. Bend your knees in towards your ears, coming into Kanarpadasana. Release your hands and bring your arms back behind you to hold on to your heels. Soften your eyes into their eye sockets, soften your throat, soften your nasal passages, relax your inner and outer ears. Breathe here, letting your senses draw inwards. If you can, lengthen the tops of the feet and shins onto the floor to come deeper into the pose. Fold the arms behind your knees, holding on to your elbows. Again, soften your brain cells, throat and eyes, and draw your senses inwards. Release your hands and slowly roll down through your back vertebrae by vertebrae. Take hold of your feet, tuck your chin into your chest, and keep rolling down until your buttocks come onto the floor. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat onto the floor. Slide yourself back until your shoulders come to rest on the floor. Bring your arms away from your body with your palms facing upwards. Relax your entire body and rest here for a while focusing on your breath and the sensation inside your body. Roll over to your right side and then come to sitting, bringing your head up last. Quietly come to kneeling on your knees in Vajrasana with your spine erect. Paschimottanasana, seated forward extension with a strap. Sit on the floor in Dandasana. Take a strap in both your hands. Exhale and extend forward, placing the strap around the balls of your feet. Move your buttocks backwards, bringing your pelvis into a dog tilt so that you are on the frontal edges of your ischium bones. Strengthen your leg line by pressing the backs of your thighs down and extending your heels away from you. Spread your toes and press through the inner edges of your feet. Pull the outer edges of your feet back up towards your outer hips. This action will encourage your legs to spiral in, creating broadness through the sacrum. As the hamstring muscles let go, you may be able to walk the hands down the strap further. Only do this if you can keep the spine straight and the chest open. Keeping the vertebrae stacked is important as it allows the breath to flow and the nervous system to stay quiet. If you can, lengthen further forward for the last few breaths and take a hold of your big toes with your thumb and index finger. Paschimottanasana means intense back stretch, as it stretches the entire length of the back body. It lengthens and strengthens the spine, allowing life force to flow to every cell of your body. As it is a forward bend, the heart rests and the nervous system becomes quiet, so the adrenal glands are soothed. It tones the kidneys, bladder, and pancreas, and it activates a sluggish liver while massaging the abdominal organs. On your next inhalation, quietly bring yourself back to sitting in Dandasana. Balasana, supported happy child's pose. For this pose, you will need 2 blankets and a bolster or something of similar height. Place the blankets on top of each other across your mat to rest your head upon. The bolster goes in place to support your sacrum. Begin this pose by sitting in front of your bolster in Dandasana. Now bend your knees and come to sitting on top of your bolster, using your hands to help lower your spine onto the floor and rest your head on the blankets. Bend your knees in towards your armpits and take hold of your big toes with your thumb, middle, and index fingers. If you can't hold on to the toes, you can take a strap and place it around the sole of each foot. Position both your ankles over your knees so that your shins are perpendicular to the floor. Press your big toe mounds and inner heels up towards the ceiling and move your little toe mounds and outer heels down towards your knees. This action will ensure that your feet are flat like in Tadasana. Now push your feet up into your hands or your belts as you pull your hands down towards your body. This will do 2 things. Firstly, it will deepen the stretch in your groins. Secondly, it will open your chest more so that the breath can flow freely. Connect with your breath, noticing its texture. Is it smooth or shaky, long or shallow? Is it even or uneven? Witness the breath without changing the breath. Allow your eyes to soften into their eye sockets, the skin on your forehead to be broad, and your voice box to relax. Notice that when the body softens, the mind begins to quieten, and the texture of the breath naturally begins to change and harmonize with the state of the body and mind. We are body, mind, and soul. The body we can see, feel, and touch. The mind we know exists because we have thought. The soul is much more subtle. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, then the breath is the door to the soul. With the body in this position, the abdominal organs are being squeezed. When the body is released, the organs will be flushed with a fresh supply of blood, helping to aid digestive, excretory, and reproductive functions. In this pose, the inner groins receive a gentle stretch, also aiding in supplying the pelvic area and organs of the reproductive system with fresh blood. Because of this is a helpful pose for women suffering from infertility. The muscles that run along the back of the spine are gently stretched in this pose, as well as the spinal column, kidneys, and adrenals. This action helps to calm the nervous system and quieten the mind. Inhale, exhale. Now hug your knees into your chest. And bring yourself up to sitting, using your hands to come to sitting in Dandasana in front of your bolster, with your spine erect. Supta Padangustasana, reclining hand to big toe pose on a wall. Begin by sitting in Dandasana with your feet on the wall. Bend your knees and on an exhalation slowly roll down through your spine to come to lying on your back. Straighten your legs and lengthen your sacrum. Be here for a moment, feeling the length of your spine. Merge your inner heels into the wall so your legs are evenly active. Have both hip bones pointing directly to the ceiling. Extend through your left inner heel as you bend your right knee into your chest. Allow your right knee to move sideways as you take hold of your right big toe with your thumb, index, and middle fingers. Have your shoulders relaxed and your chest open. Move your left arm to shoulder height. Exhale and straighten your right leg as you extend your right foot to the ceiling. Keep your arms straight and your shoulders on the floor, relaxing the front of your throat and your facial muscles. Your left leg is straight and extends clearly from your left sitting bone to your left inner heel. Have all your toes on your left foot pointing directly to the ceiling. Descend the back of your left thigh down into the mat. And roll your left inner thigh also down into the mat. Your left leg is your anchor, so keep it strong and steady. From this anchoring, you can make the hips level. To do this, move the right side of your tailbone over to your left so that both sides of your sacrum are even and your sitting bones are level. Elongate both your inner heels and the crown of your head away from your pelvis so that you are elongating outward in all directions. Lengthen your waist, elongating both sides evenly, and soften your lower ribcage back towards the floor. Move the inside blades of your scapula down your spine and into the body, keeping your heart center open. Bring your awareness back to the breath, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. On your next exhalation, bend your right knee, release your hand, and straighten your right leg. Be here in upward facing mountain pose with feet on the wall and your awareness on your breath. Now bend your left leg into your chest. Take hold of your left big toe with your thumb, index, and middle fingers. Move your right arm to shoulder height. Exhale and straighten your left leg as you extend your left foot to the ceiling. Keep your arms straight and your shoulders on the floor. Relax the front of your throat and your facial muscles. Breathe here, keeping your awareness deeply and completely on your breath. Anchor your right leg to the wall this time as you move the left side of your tailbone over to the right. Have both your hip bones parallel to one another and pointing directly to the ceiling. As the stretch begins to diminish, you may be able to bring the raised leg closer to your upper body. Only do this if you can keep your legs straight and clear and your shoulders relaxed. Let your eyes soften back into their eye sockets and broaden the skin on your forehead. Observe the tendencies of your mind. What are you thinking or feeling right now? Is this something that you often think or feel? By witnessing repeated patterns, you shed light on the shadow of unconscious conditioning. The hamstring muscles at the back of the thigh originate from the bottom of the pelvis. When these muscles are tight, they can pull the pelvis out of alignment, causing lower back pain. This pose is wonderful for those who suffer from lower back issues, as it helps to realign the pelvis and lengthen the hamstring muscles. The sciatic nerve is also affected by tightness in this area, as it runs from the pelvis through the buttocks and down through the hamstring muscles. Any poses like this one that stretch these muscles can help to relieve sciatic pain. On your next exhalation, bend your left knee, release your hand and straighten your left leg. Breathe here, on your back, feeling the whole of your back body on the mat. Inhale your chin into your chest and roll up through your spine to come to sitting in Dandasana. Asana, letting go, relaxation. Congratulations, you've reached the relaxation. This part of the yoga experience will allow you to really take your awareness inwards. Here you will get a better appreciation for the real benefits of the yoga you've just completed. So let go. You deserve it after your routine. Lower your back, vertebra by vertebra, onto your mat, pulling the blanket over you as you roll down. And straighten your legs one by one. Bring the backs of your arms onto the floor about a foot away from your body, with your palms facing up. Your feet are hip-width apart. Close your eyes by bringing your upper eyelids down, taking your eyes deep inside. The relaxation will bring you into contact with a deeper state of well-being, which is the very essence of your life. This is one of the most challenging poses as you learn to let go. So let the relaxation quieten your mind and let the thoughts pass that you want to let go of. To relax completely, you must first relax your body, and your mind will follow. The relaxation will leave you refreshed and nourished. You are now going to calm and relax the whole body. Take a deep, relaxing breath as you focus on the inhalation and the exhalation, and continue breathing with a deep, relaxed rhythm. Feel how the body is contacting the floor. Even weight on the right buttock, left buttock. Your feet hip-width apart. Left heel, right heel, contacting the ground. Right shoulder, left shoulder. The back of the hands resting gently on the ground. Settle into the position that is most comfortable for you. Feel free to adjust the position of the body if you don't feel completely comfortable. Inhale softly through the nose. Exhale out of the stomach and up the body. Raise your eyebrows to your forehead, then release and let go. Pull your shoulders up to your ears. Then relax your shoulders away from the ears into the floor. Is your head positioned evenly? Now tighten your stomach muscles as tight as you can. Then release. Take a deep breath into your abdomen and then release. Feel a tranquil sensation flowing gradually up the body from the toes to the ankles, moving up the calves to the knees, the thighs relaxing as the calmness moves into the hips and buttocks, softening the stomach and back. Progress up past the torso, into the shoulders, releasing the neck muscles, relaxing the eyes and jaw. Let go completely. You are now ready to embark on an inner journey. Relaxation, as with all poses, is something you will improve at every time you practice. As you get more experienced with this, the deeper you can relax. Relax and release the whole back of the body now. Eyes soft, cheeks soft. Release the tongue from the base to the tip. Let your tongue rest on your lower palate. With your mind's eye, look into your rib cage and watch the breath filling the ribs. Remember to guide the breath up the body from the stomach to the ribs. Then fill the upper chest and around the shoulders with healing oxygen. We will now take a few deep breaths together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 7. Hold for 3. Exhale for 7. Relax deeper. Hold for 5. Inhale for 8. Hold for 3. Exhale for 8. Let go. Hold for 6. Normal inhalation, slow, soft, deep exhalation. Observe the space at the end of the exhalation. Normal inhalation, gradually flowing, deep, tender exhalation. Every time you exhale, move deeper into the relaxation, surrendering to the exhalation completely. Your muscles completely relaxed. Your body soft and calm. Surrender. Relax. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly, and let your breath now take on a natural, deep, relaxed rhythm. Notice the pulsation in the base of your spine. Notice that the base of your spine moves forward on the out-breath and back on the in-breath. Breathe directly to the base of the spine, synchronizing the breath with the rocking that takes place there. Relax completely. You are now completely relaxed. In the quiet that exists at the end of the out-breath, relax deeply. As you release at the end of the out-breath, allow the relaxation to become longer each time. Feel the relaxation becoming deeper. Surrender. Let go. Relax. In a few moments, we will begin to move out of this pose. Slowly bring your awareness back to your body, gently opening your eyes and observe how you feel. Keep your gaze soft. In your own time, roll onto your right side. And come into a sitting position. Now carry this feeling of total well-being you've created here into your future. Practice yoga at least 4 times a week, and you will really see the benefit it brings to your life. Namaste.